The following broadcast may contain explicit language and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the hosts, talent, and guests, and do not reflect the opinions, views, and standards of Pyro Media Enterprises, affiliates, subsidiaries, or its members.
Did you know that the thing that the white man fears the most on this planet is black unity? Do you understand that he works 24 hours, 7 days a week to keep you and I divided? In our little camps. This is really important. That we need a brotherhood. That we need a sisterhood. That we need unity. The scripture says, let this mind, the mind of Christ, which is the mind of God, be in you, individual black man, individual black woman, the same mind that was in Christ Jesus. Do you know what happens when you start walking around with the mindset of God, the mindset of Christ, where now you have an attitude that says be and it is, where you have an attitude that says no one can defeat me, when you have an attitude that says I can do for myself, when you have an attitude that says I can change my condition and the condition of my people, not just your own self now, but you're seeing the bigger picture, and you'll recognize this is really important, beloved family.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, everyone. This is your boy, Kire Senoj. Hey, Mona. And tonight we are here with Kandid Konversations. Tonight we have to have an important conversation. Hey, LLE. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Shaki. Me. Oh, everybody, just come on in. Come on in. So, yeah, tonight is an important conversation. It's so much going on with our community. It's like we're getting out of hand. Well, I think we've gotten out of hand. Like we're going further down the rabbit hole. So I want to have a conversation and look for solutions. You know, I'm about talking about stuff, but I want to find solutions. So I think we're all a community, and we have to come together as a village and figure this stuff out. We're out of hand. That first video you saw, it's a brother was speaking about being spiritually minded, and that's first on my list is being spiritually bankrupt, which I think as a community we are. So Kwame, you want to get started? We are. So now spiritually bankrupt. Before I have Kwame show us thing, let me read this. So spiritually bankrupt means lost their moral compass and makes poor decisions. There's no spiritual guide. We have threw away class and decorum, which we have. We don't even know how to pray. We don't communicate with spirit, God, creator, whatever you call, whoever you believe, if you believe in anything. Now we have a desire for meaningless, unfulfillment things. You know, we want our money. Like I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about relationships. And I said, well, what happened to love? You know, like no one is dating for love. No one is marrying for love. Women are marrying for security. Men are marrying because they don't want to be alone. And I'm like, what is happening? And that's on the gay and straight. That's just across the board. That's not a black thing. That's like an across the board thing. Women want financial security. So they're going after these men with money, which is, if you all saw the video with Ebony K. Williams and Iyanla Banzan. And she was saying something. Kwame and I talked about it on yesterday. And Ebony K. Williams was talking about some things about when Iyanla asked, would she date a bus driver? Her answer was, I already knew she was going to say, if he owns the bus, yes. Here's my thing with that. And I think social media and reality TV has painted this picture of what relationship or how a woman should live her life as this fabulous, this rich lifestyle. Now, I'm gonna get back into this, but I want to talk about this first for a minute. Relationships. You know what? No, I'm gonna say that until I get to the. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. But I'm gonna say that. Put a pin there. I'm gonna say that till after commercial break when we get into black on black relationships. Okay. So anyway, there has been a collapse of honesty, trust, integrity, and common decency. There has been an increase of contempt, hatred, and greed. Now, what happened? The question is, what happened? When and when did we get here? We know where we are, but when did we get here? Because like I said, class has just gone out the window. I remember when women, when I was growing up, women that I know, women in my family, women I was to church with, women I went to school with, college with, women like Ramona, women had class. Granted, every human being loves sex, loves human touch. But when did we get here when women has to flaunt everything, has to talk about what they want to do, has to show what they want to do? For instance, Kwame wrote it. Suki. When did we get here?
I just want a big dick in my esophagus. These niggas love me cause I'm pretty and I'm chocolate. He just popped a perk 30, got that perky dick. And my red dude, bitch, you know I'm taking dick. I'm hot in the tail, and I'm selling tail. Bitch, I'm drunk as hell. Where is the rotel? Dick. I need some rotel. Dick. Bitch, you know I'm strapped with a stick. Every Glock I got a switch. Bitch, stop the car, I gotta piss.
Child, what the? Show the second part. Then I'll talk.
And one thing about me, I feel like I'm Young Miami. I love when they piss on me. That was a real y'all scared to talk about what the y'all like, because y'all so worried about what these bitches gonna think. Baby, if you piss on me, make sure you get my hair done after. Yeah. Piss on me, piss in my mouth. Let me piss on his mouth. Let me piss in your mouth, fart in your face. I want to on top of your hair and rub it in. I like to open my legs, squat my ass over his face, and give me a nice little fart in.
When I first saw that, my mouth gapped open. Like, did you just say this on worldwide television? Because it's on Jason Lee's show on Revolt, but it's all over the internet now. I'm asking ladies, when do we get here, ladies? Because, and I'm asking ladies because I seen some people in the comments saying what I'm saying now, how this is classless. This is such. Then you have other women in the comments saying she is sexually free. You should leave her alone. She this, she that. They were defending her. I'm like, when did we get here? Because when I was coming up, women didn't even admit that they like to do fellatio. They were like, oh, I don't do that. I mean, now that I'm older now, I know. Yeah, girl, I know you do. But she didn't tell that. She didn't show that. And she wasn't out here showing it. She presented herself with class. Now, when well, okay, I'm thinking back to when I went to college. Like I said, women carry themselves with class and decorum, but there was a group, and they had a name they named themselves a group, and they were known for treating the dudes on campus like N-words, as for lack of a better term. Well, they would have sex with these dudes. And they had a reputation on campus, and they didn't care. And I asked back, I said, what is really going on? And I would see them on my floor at that time, on my floor, coming out of different dudes' rooms, like different days. You were just with him, and now all the dudes on my floor was friends. But they had their own posse too. They all friends. They were taking turns hooking up with these chicks. And these chicks were like, even though they weren't talking about it on campus like that, they were being talked about. And I'm like, when do we get? But we have lost we've lost our touch of spirituality as a people. Now I'll say, when it comes to the Christian faith, a survey was taken. 34% of Black Americans of Christian faith find it very important or somewhat important to find a congregation where most attendees share the same race. And I also feel that it's important to attend an actual church building. Now, 63% of Black American Christians find it not important or not at all too important. 54% of Black Americans feel belief in God or some type of spiritual entity is necessary for a person to be morally and have good values, while 44% say it is not. As far as I'm concerned, I'm like, I don't. One part of me says yes, another part of me says no, and I say no because I know some people who have spiritual beliefs, or I know some people who are really diehard Christians, but are just mean as rattlesnakes. That's no shade. That's just fact. And I have a couple of friends who are actually friends of mine who are devout atheists, but are some of the nicest people. Will give you anything to give you shirt off their back, will help you out, will do for you, and just are sweet people. Because I was raised to believe that if you're an atheist, the devil, you are the devil. Go to hell, blah, blah, blah. But now that I'm older and I have friends who are actual, atheists, now say it's not like that. But I will say this though, when it comes to that, it's easier to come out of the closet as gay than it is to come out the closet as an atheist. Or easier to come out the closet as saying, I don't subscribe to Christian faith. Christians will have a fit. But now the thing with that, I didn't submit any footage of this. But one thing about the Christian, now as far as the Christian faith, when do we get here? As far as everything is about money, everything is prosperity. Because what I will say is, even though I'm no longer Christian and I'm spiritual, Christianity, I don't knock it because Christianity is the foundation for my spiritual life. It taught me a lot. It really did. And as far as spiritual, now what I was taught is spiritual in Christianity, that a lot of things that they say are evil, when they forced it down our throats, they convinced us that our beliefs and our ways of doing things were evil. But us being the way we are, our ancestors incorporated some of their beliefs into it because they only did Christianity because they wanted to be free. And so when they became pastors, they went to Massa, a couple went to Massa. Okay, I believe in your God. I'm preaching it to people. Now can we have freedom? Of course, Massa said, hell no. So since I said, we can't get free. Well, we're going to incorporate our beliefs. So when you see people, because I hate to hear people say, when they see people, cutting their step in church, I still love to see a good dance. I've heard somebody say, look at them jigaboos. No, that's not what that is at all. That was our people incorporating our religious beliefs into what they gave us. That's a part of who we are. And that's why I tell people, know what it is that you're doing when you're worshiping and praise. Study, pick up a book, study, learn some things. No, that's not jigaboo. That is us. Now I will say this for me. When I see white churches doing it, that's why it makes me laugh uncontrollably. I'm like, that's not y'all. Absolutely. Speaking in tongues, dancing, that's not shit. That's not y'all. That's us. That's us. But anyway, when I say get into money, so I came across this thing, the Prayer Institute, as y'all know. They had a graduation ceremony. I made a TikTok about it. They had a graduation ceremony. Did I submit something, Kwame? But before I read this, play the other video. Play the young man talking. Then I'll get into this.
We are more than what we are being told. And we have to recognize that. And that goes for anyone of African descent, that we are indigenous. We're people of the earth. We're people that live in harmony, not only with the earth, but we live in harmony with the cosmos, with the stars. We derive our identity off of that. And that's what's missing from us. We're spiritually bankrupt. And we need to get back to that. And a way to get back to that is to connect.
Absolutely. And that's why I said we need to connect. We need to connect with spirit. Whatever it is you believe in. I remember I used to make fun of this song Rachel Ferreira was saying. I don't think she recorded it, but every concert I've gone, she sang the song. And she says, it don't matter what you, hey, Pam. When she said, it don't matter what you call him. You can call him Jesus, you can call him Buddha, you can call him Allah. You can call him something else, just as long as you call him. And I used to fall out laughing at that song. They have associated this attention with love and appreciation, not understanding that lasting impact, and no one is standing in the gap for healing. Well, yeah, exactly, Shawty. That's it, totally. You can be a freak with your man behind closed doors. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that at all. We are the children of the sun. Now, I could really go, now I can really get into that and talk about how Christianity, it's sun worship. If you really dive into it and really study, the sun that they speak of is really the sun that's in the sky. But I ain't gonna go there, and I don't want nobody throwing tomatoes at me. I don't feel like tussling tonight. But like he said, we need to connect. You need to connect with who you believe in, what you believe in. Really get centered. Now, but all this other foolishness like this prayer institute, prayer is, and this is something that I found, now I'm speaking on behalf of me. I found myself not praying as much. And then this past week, I guess the spirit talking to me, because now I've fallen back into getting back into prayer life, into praying, because praying, communicating with spirit really, really, really does enhance and enrich your life. But this prayer institute thing now, so the prayer institute, now this is a guarantee. If you enroll for $1,500, you will begin to live life free of constant torment, as well as live a mentally stable life, walking with an insurance that there are no longer blindsided by unexpected events that would occur in their lives. Okay, let me stop here. There is absolutely no way you can guarantee someone that a curveball is not going to come at them at any point given time. You can't do that. For instance, this is 2019. When I lived in LA, I had an accident. I had just got finished doing my radio show, and I came outside. We were talking and laughing. The next thing I remember is my friend TJ was holding me because I had passed out and I hit the concrete face first. I don't remember falling. It's some things that happened before they woke me up. But that was totally spiritual. But anyway, I had fell out, which is the cause why I am totally blind, 100% blind in my left eye. But while I was in the hospital, I called my father. And I said, hey. He said, what's going on? I said, I'm in the hospital. I told him what happened. He said, well, damn. He said, I was actually about to call you. He said, because I got something to tell you, but I don't know how to tell you. And I said, well, just spit it out. And he was like, well, I have stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And I said, God damn. But that was a curveball because me and my father had been talking and laughing or whatever. And he wasn't sick. He wasn't even feeling sick. But he went to the hospital. He went to the doctor's office. He had a doctor's appointment by coincidence on my mother's birthday, which was the 4th of October. When I talked to him on the 8th, that's what he told me. That was a curveball for me because I know pancreatic cancer takes you out like this. And that next month, it did. On November 14th, 2019, that's when my father transitioned. That was a curveball. So, man, I don't care what you pray, how you pray or whatever. You cannot stop a curveball. Now, it also says, if those occurrences should take place, you will be equipped and well able to navigate through them. I think that depends on the individual because, while I was able to navigate, it still affected me. My father's death. That's like the hardest. My father's death and my best friend's death in 2009, my best friend Jerome. Those are the 2 deaths that really had a strong and detrimental impact on me. And it took me a minute to come back. Now I was telling people calling me, how you doing? I was saying, I'm fine, I'm good. One friend in particular, my girl, Miss Waylynn, she said, how you doing? I'm fine. No, you're not. And I was like, I am fine. She's like, no. So yeah, I don't care how much you pray or whatever. You cannot get through something without prayer. How? Oh wow, my dad died. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, but anyway, but Nita telling y'all, you can navigate through it now. And now this course is designed to bring about mental transformation by helping you to understand that success can be achieved through the knowledge of how the brain operates as it relates to prayer. Now, so that costs $1,500 to learn how to pray. Does anybody out there not know how to pray? Let me ask that question. I'm asking y'all, is there anybody that does not know how to pray? Because all prayer is communicating with God, with Spirit. You're just having a conversation. I mean, yeah, you tell him what you want, but you're also thanking him. You're worshiping. It's prayer. Why would I pay $1,500? But they just, like I said, they just had their graduating class. And a new class started. You can sign up. Now go to the website and sign up. And you'll receive a prayer shawl. And now she's added a prayer mat, a water bottle, because praying, you get thirsty. A book bag or a tote bag, and also an ink pen. All these are, and they're all been consecrated. And you will, now if you go in person, you will be consecrated at the end, and she will lay hands on you, and the mantle will be upon you and upon your life, and you are ready to conquer the world. Here's my question for that. If it's of God, why would it cost $15? Why would it cost anything? If God gave it to you to give to the people, why would you charge? So that's the problem I have. That is the problem that I have with that. But I think I have more of a problem with the people who pay for it, because why would you fall for that? Now, you don't know God for yourself. Now, I had a problem now. And I say that because I used to be in this state where I would hear a great rousing sermon. When I've been seeing Juanita in person, she did this. When I see Willie James Campbell, he would do this, and other countless ministers. I had a good word, and I thought I could conquer the world afterwards. Then they say, if you want the word to manifest in your life, sow a seed of $200. I just throw out a figure. Whatever they say, sow a seed. So you're telling me, and I like that, and I know people who felt like me, like, hey, all that was for nothing. If I don't sow this seed, that causes problems. We have to get back to real spirituality. That's my point in this part, in this section. We have to get back to real spirituality. Really have a relationship, not religion, not a religious experience, but a relationship with God, with Spirit, with Source. You need to have a relationship. And I think we as a people have to do it. We have to get back to that. Having a spirit, because we're out of hand, we're out of control. And I think that when I show the Suki, that's what I'm saying, there's a lack of spirituality. No one is praying anymore. No one is, I'm going to say no one. A lot of people, the majority of us, have fallen out of that. When we think we don't need a spiritual guide. I do it myself. Everything happens on me. No, not at all. You need that. And I think we need it as a people. That's my part about spirituality. Being spiritually bankrupt. We need to come up out of that and really get with it. Now, I just say what works for you, do you. If it's the Christian faith, do you. If it's not the Christian faith, if you're more spiritual like me, okay, yeah, work it. But get back into a prayer life, which is what I'm starting to do. Get back into praying. Spending time with Spirit. Get back. And not just prayer, but also meditation. And some people ask, well, what's the difference, Kyrie? The difference is prayer is when you're communicating with God, you're talking to God. Meditation is when he's talking to you. You're sitting quiet and you're still. Clear your mind out. Be still. Well, shut your eyes, as I do. You can play some meditation music. You can have you find meditation music on Spotify. You go out there and you find Lil Durk and whoever else, these bullshit rappers or kids. Put on some meditation music. Get quiet and make sure you're in a quiet room. And just sit with you and begin to allow Spirit to talk to you. That's one where we'll get back into. I think one where we'll come together. Amen and amen again. All right, next on the list we have The Black Wealth Gap. The Black Wealth Gap. Oh, I forgot. Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot about and our kids. I forgot to bring this apart. But this is a part of spirit. Like I said, if we had spirituality, and I think if parents were guided more, we wouldn't have things like this. This is a young lady who posted. This is her prom picture. She has $2,000 spread on the bed and rose petals. Now, here's my question. This is a high school child. Who rented a hotel room? Because you high school cannot rent a hotel room, male or female. Now her dude is the one who took the pictures, and it's his money, but that's how he laid that out on the bed for her. That's for prom. $2,000 and rose petals. This is a high school child getting $2,000 in rose petals on a hotel room bed. I can't even get a goddamn text back. But whatever. Look, I think this for me. Because like people in the comment section were saying, well, I would be ashamed to even post this. I would be afraid to post. I'd be afraid my mom was going to see it. Well, yeah, because that's how we were raised. But that's just me saying, this me personally. I think if she posted, I think her mama knew. I think her mama don't care. Because now what I have seen, especially on social media, a lot of these mothers are trying to be their children's friend. No. Those are not, I mean, yeah, you can be friends and be friendly, but you need to be a parent. They need parents first, not friends. They got enough friends at school. But anyway, yeah, I think if more spiritually guided and more spiritually grounded, stuff like this would go away, in my opinion. All right, Quan, let's get to Black Wealth. Let's get to the wealth gap. And check this sister out right here. She spoke a word.
I'm talking to the ones that have poverty consciousness. That's who I'm talking to in this conversation. If it doesn't apply to you, go get somebody, because it definitely applies to somebody. Flossing. That's the number one problem why Black people can't become wealthy. When you have a flossing consciousness, you'll never become wealthy, because flossing doesn't make you wealthy. Flossing, also known as balling. You know. Yeah, balling in the club with the Cristal, Moet, whatever. Got to have the Cristal. I'm looking at this. You don't know jack about stocks, bonds, mutual funds, 401ks, where to put your money, and you walking in looking all fly and fierce. Balling. That's the balling consciousness. We don't understand money. I said it. Don't get mad. Get on the internet and educate yourself. Black people, wake up. Stop being so dumb about money. I'm talking to you like this because I love you and I want to shake you out of your...
That's Reverend Love. That's Reverend Valerie Love right there. And in my opinion, she spoke a word. Now, a lot of times, what I've seen, people get pissed off at people who talk like this. And they say about you balling, which is true. But like I said earlier, social media and reality TV has tricked a lot of people. And you out here trying to impress some people that don't even like you, impress people that don't mean nothing to you. You don't mean nothing to them. And you're looking at reality TV and you have these people are renting this stuff. The production company are renting these cars. Like our co-host, Miss Lisa, told us. She was at Target, and this was, she lived in Atlanta, and she saw, oh God, I forgot the girl name, one of the chicks from Love and Hip Hop. Now, when we watched the TV show, the young lady is driving a Range Rover. Brand spanking new, detailed, everything, hold out. When Miss Lisa saw her at Target, the young lady had a 2000 and some Honda Accord. And that was the real her. Don't be fooled by this stuff. It's trickery. Love him, but the relationships are a lie. The money that they have is a lie. The homes, those homes are rented. They rent those out to from different people. They rent them out, you know, and the people that they rent them out from, here's the funny thing. A lot of people that they rent from don't even know who they are. They know they're getting a coin from Viacom to have some people come up in their house and film for such amount of hours a day or a week or whatever they do. Yeah, don't be fooled by that. But now, as far as there's a gap, there is a big wealth gap between Black and white. This is why you hear people talk about reparations so much. You know, Tariq Nasheed and Yvette Carnell and different people like that, and Dr. Umar Johnson talk about health gap. But hell, now I will say home ownership did go up amongst Black Americans during the pandemic. You are judging yourself based on someone's last best take. Be you, not social media falsehood. Exactly. Now, home ownership went up amongst Black Americans during the pandemic amongst any other racial groups, which is a good thing. Kwame said, what you say? When I worked at Lionsgate, I had to rent a car for a reality show casting. They acted like it was their car on camera, but I took them keys out of the. Well, yeah, they wanted to fly. That's what I be telling these people. Like, that stuff is fake. Everything is about getting to the bag. Exactly, cupcakes. Hey, cupcakes. But it's about knowing what to do with the bag once you get to it and how to keep it. Extend it. Now, cupcake preach. Cupcake preacher. Now, the average net worth amongst Black households rose to more than $340K through the third quarter of 2022 from the end of 2019, which was a 32% increase. Now, that information came from the Federal Reserve Bank. Now, while white families had a higher starting point, they started out at around $950K. See, that's a gap. That's a huge gap. We rose to $340K. They were starting out at $950K. See the gap? Now, just before the pandemic began. Now, even though we have progressed, there's still, like I said, a tremendous gap. We are still 70% less than that. There's a 7% gap between us and white people. Now, 3 out of 10 Black households make $75K or more, and that includes the 20% of Black households that make they make $100,000 a year. Now, as far as Black wealth, now this is a part of the reason why I love Atlanta. Most wealthy Blacks live in Atlanta, where there are 2.1 million Black-owned businesses. Now, Black people make up 8% of millionaires in the United States. 76% of millionaires are white, while 8% are Black. And 8% are Asian, and another 7% are Hispanic. Right, exactly. Why I said that too when I got this information. I'm like, 76% of the millionaires in the United States are white. And there are only 8% of us. Well, that's kind of deep. That's kind of deep for me. That's kind of deep. But now the Black elite, I want to talk about them too. Now the Black elite neighborhoods in a few areas, View Park, Windsor Hills, and Los Angeles. View Park is very, very nice. I went to a couple of parties there when I lived in LA. Baldwin Hills, everybody went to Baldwin Hills in Los Angeles, Harlem, and NYC. But now I haven't been, but from my understanding, is Harlem still considered a Black? I don't think Harlem is considered a Black area anymore, is it? Anybody know? Am I wrong? But I don't think so. New Yorkers, Kwame, you from New York? Is Harlem still a Black area? I don't think it is. I think they integrated. Now Harlem is just exactly. That's what I thought. Okay, and Olympia Fields in Chicago, which now it's funny when you look it up. When Olympia Fields and it just says Olympia Fields, Illinois. It's a suburb of Chicago. Now, and the houses out there are very nice, very nice. R. Kelly stayed, one of his homes in Olympia Fields. His house was around the corner from my play uncle out there. Because my play uncle home, oh my God, when he first bought the house, I was in love with that. Oh, God, I was loving his house. The whole area is nice. Like I said, R. Kelly lived around the corner. Whose home was very beautiful. I never went on the inside, but on the outside, very beautiful. Now, white households hold more than 80% of all wealth, which are measured in assets, and they make up 64% of the population, but 80% of the wealth. Now, their households have a total of $124.5 trillion in assets, according to the Federal Reserve Banks. Blacks now, as far as debt goes, Blacks are 1.5 times. We have 1.5 times as much student loan debt. We hold the highest amount of student loan debt. Cause push your college. That's one thing I did agree with Umar Johnson on. I think more people well, if they still had trade schools, then more people would have done better with trade schools, because trade, it gave you a trade, and you made good. Electricians make a nice living, as a whole lot of other things, a whole lot of other occupations that are not high earning. But we'll go get them. I'll get to that after commercial. The poorest state in the United States is Mississippi, with a poverty level of 18.7%. Louisiana is the second with a poverty level of 17.8%. Now, which is sad, because those are black states, so I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. One thing that we need to get back to, what that happened to us, that our wealth trickled down so low, is 1921, the Tulsa Massacre, which hit our people, and we still have yet to come back from that. They are still fighting for that, for reparations. Now, for me, take slavery off the table, keep that there, that Tulsa, pay these people. Now, I know that was 100. Somebody said that's 100 years ago. Exactly this. But there are 3 surviving members from that were there, and their names are now the first one I didn't get. She wasn't on the show, but Viola Fletcher, she will be 109 years old on next, I believe, Wednesday, I think. And Hughes Van Ellis, who is 102. He said, and I quote, he has 28 more years of life in him, because he's not giving up. They on her birthday, on Viola Fletcher's birthday, they'll be in court still fighting to get reparations. Because what they were hoping was that theyese people, they thought, well, they'll be dead by then. But they have done these people so dirty for the Tulsa race massacre. Tulsa built, and there's a museum there dedicated to the massacre, to teach you about what happened, show you everything. Haven't given none of these people a dime, because it's not free to go to the museum. You have to pay. But haven't given none of these people any money. They're in their hundreds still fighting. All 3 of these people are in their hundreds fighting still to receive reparations. And like I said, Mr. Van Ellis said he had 128 years left in him to fight. He is willing himself to live 130 years. Reparations, yeah, they are overdue. They are overdue. That's why I said I said, for me, take slavery off the table. Okay, because their favorite quote is, well, those are your ancestors. No one is around for that to collect. Even though when you all gave reparations for the Holocaust, ain't none of them people around either. But okay. These people are still here. They were there. Mr. Van Hughes remembers, because he said after that happened, they had to start sharecropping. They had to start sharecropping. Okay, Kwame, give me 1 second. They had to start sharecropping in order to keep a living going, even though that paid them much less than what they had. But they were doing any and everything. Because why? American terrorists took away what they had worked hard and built. This is why I feel they need to have reparations more than anybody, because that happened on our soil from our own people. Well, American people. I won't say not our own people, you know what I'm saying? From white American people. So yeah. So it did, from Americans, did this to another group of Americans. You owe these people, but don't want to pay them. Quite sad. Okay, my producer, of course, has said we have to go to a commercial break, and we will be right back.
This episode is sponsored in part by Bullet and Flight Radio. Get ready to uplift your spirit with Bullet and Flight Radio, the world's leading progressive Christian radio station. Experience the vibrant fusion of gospel house music and a rich medley of inspiration from all musical genres that'll make your heart soar. Join their extraordinary lineup of today's trailblazers, visionaries, and voices that matter, all sharing their stories and wisdom. Stay plugged in around the clock as they broadcast unmissable content 24/7. your go-to station for all things inspiring. Become a pilot today by visiting bulletinflightradio.com. Bullet in Flight Radio, your story, our station.
Welcome back. This is your boy Kire Senoj, and tonight we're having a black ass conversation, much needed for the black community. And what can we do to come back together? So right here, right now, we're gonna go. Okay, let's get into the next topic, which is interracial dating. Now, everybody keeps talking about the gay agenda, the gay agenda, the gay agenda. I'm so tired of hearing that. Like I said, I'm gonna do a video about that. To me, this is the agenda that's being pushed more than anything. Every program, every soap opera we see is black and white, black and white. They have had couples, black couples, break up and put them with a white partner. Especially, well, a black man and a white woman. All the time. This right here, okay, I use them as an example because this is Phoebe Gates and her dude. So Phoebe Gates is the daughter of Bill and Melinda Gates. This is her man. She is saying she's tired of addressing trolls. Lots of girls stop addressing them, just ignore them. Because she's tired of receiving hate comments. Now, the hate comes from the white people because they feel she went and found the darkest man she could find, the darkest black. It's bad enough you got a black man, you got a dark man. Yeah, her comments now, her comment section is really hateful. When I tell you, it's hateful. But now the black people's comments come from Rhoda Kwame from this.
Just know, hey, just know, I tried my best with you colors. I gotta be a white girl.
I'm not even going to speak on the black man who totally disrespected black women just to uplift white women, because I have no respect for men who totally disrespect a certain group of women and uplift another. I will, however, speak on the white woman and white women like her who allow, embrace, and encourage men to do this. Women are supposed to protect other women. Yet you've been told by society your entire fucking life that you are the beauty standard, the top of the fucking food chain. By our movies, TV shows, billboards, magazines, even our fucking Barbie dolls. It took so fucking long just to get a damn black Barbie. So you allow men to speak like this, and then you smile in the background like, yeah, you know he right. Which is why you get mad when I date outside my fucking race, because you feel like I should be picking you over a black one.
Hey, John.
And then you will claim that you're not fucking racist because you are dating or married to a black man. But just because you're affiliated with black people does not mean you are not racist. And then it's women like you, it's white women like you who are the reason why so many black men have been found dead, why cities have been burnt down to the fucking ground. And yet you continue to allow the disrespect to go on towards black women. You are not a fucking ally. And you do not have my fucking respect. White women like you need to learn fucking better. And it's time you're held accountable for your fucking actions. It's fucking disgusting. It's disgraceful. And then yet you come to black women when you need to fight for abortion rights. Yet you're never there for them on any other voting circumstances. We see the fucking stats. White women like you are the fucking problem. And I and many others are fucking tired of it. The truth fucking hurts. My name's Eric Stone. Doses.
Well, okay. Nothing like your own telling you the truth. So that's her own. He told her the truth. Eric Stone told her the fucking truth. Now, a lot of white people don't like him because, he dates black women. So, yeah. But as he stated, in the past, there have been cities burned to the ground. This is why I'm going to hit this quick because the next subject, that's why I want to get on that quick. This is why I always say, I think we should just be with our own. They should be with their own. Because, things like the Rosewood Massacre. The Rosewood Massacre happened in Levy County, Florida, which was a self-sufficient town that was primarily black. It all started because a black man was lynched after being accused of raping a white woman in a town called Summer. Now, she claimed she was raped by a drifter. Now, the men assumed that the drifter lived in Rosewood because Rosewood is predominantly black. So several hundred white men came to her rescue and figured, the man must live here. So they start setting shit on fire, killing people, shooting, going, whoever's in their way. Now, no arrests were ever made in this situation. And survivor residents had to hide in the swamps until they evacuated to larger towns. Now, the town was abandoned and no one returned. But in 2000, no one returned to the town. It's just left abandoned. In 2004, Rosewood was declared a Florida Heritage Landmark. Oh, in 2004. Okay. That was because of a lie. We're going back to the Tulsa Massacre, the exact same thing. A black man looked at a white woman in the elevator, allegedly, and all hell broke loose because he looked at this white woman in the elevator. But y'all be wanting to date these people. What's going on? Now he's not foundational. That don't mean that because I hate that. I hate the divide. But I'm just saying he ain't foundational. So whatever. This is why I said we need to stick to our own. And also dating, my opinion. I had a video. Did I have a video to go with this, Kwame? Besides that one? Did I have one to go with this? Okay, I guess not. So, when you date or marry them, then once you die, the money does not come back into our community. I learned this. The money does not come back into our community. It goes into that community, which they don't need no more wealth. They don't need no more money. We need, and I told you, we are 70%. There's a 70% gap. We need that money. But like I said, when you die, it goes into her family, goes to her, because that's your wife. So it goes back into their community. See, there's a lot more to this than what people realize. Because some people say, just love who you love. People, you go, no. But that's my way of thinking. Okay, I got to hit that and quit it. Let's go on to the next one. This one is very, 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 very important. Yes, Black fathers and the importance. And the importance. Woo! When I say this is the poster child for fuck them kids, it's him. Absolutely, it's him. I'm going to have this ready. I need to read what he wrote. And for those that don't know, that's Brian McKnight with his new son, Brian McKnight Jr., which he had a Brian McKnight Jr. already. But okay, rock on. Now, as I said, he had a He already has a son. But anyway, this is what he says on social media. Dear baby Brian, every time I look at you and kiss on you, I'm feeling feelings that I did not know I could possess. An overabundance of love between a father and his legacy that cannot be measured. You see, I never was a sentimental man, not until I met your mommy and fell head over heels in love with her. And because of our love for one another, I realized my true reason for being here on this earth, and it's to be her loving, faithful husband, and to create the legacy of that love. My namesake, my joy, my baby boy, you. It makes mommy and I so happy that we have given you the greatest gift parents can give their child. Seeing that not only were you made from love, but that love is everlasting, and that as our child, you are the complete fruition of our love. I promise to love, protect, teach, guide, and comfort you every day of the rest of my life. And after I'm gone, I bestow upon you all of the fruits of my labor as my true heir, to take care of you and yours for the generations to come. You are the perfection, my son. I'm so proud to give you my name and just as excited to watch you live up to it. I love you, Daddy. Now, my personal opinion, that was true Gemini shade. Brian is Gemini. That was Gemini shade towards his children that he says he no longer has. You know, his black children he don't want. The two children he had with his wife, and the children he had with his side piece when he was with his wife. But Mr. Faithful Husband here. This creates problems, and this is why I say black fathers are important. Now, there are a ton of black men, because I hate when they show black men not being fathers, because there are a ton of black men that are being fathers, good fathers. One of them, I want to commend right here on my show, Ray Bishop. Ray Bishop is the single father of 4, because, as I always say, there are some ain't shit-ass men out here, but there are some ain't shit-ass women out here, too. Ray Bishop takes care of them 4 kids. He is a loving, doting father. I know some loving, doting fathers myself, personally, who I'm friends with. So that's not it. This is just, but there are people in our community like this. But you know what? I can't even say just in our community, because no good ass fathers go through every nationality, every race. But they all love to paint black men as this, and it's not it. But I'm just pointing him out because it creates problems. When we have grown men out here who have issues, mental health issues, whatever, sometimes it extends from not having that father figure, that father that was not in their life. And now why he's acting like this, I have no idea. Why would you throw away your children and then get on social media and say, oh, I'm a girl dad now to his wife's daughter. I'm a girl dad now. No, that girl has a father. You have a daughter as well. So all this, like I said, this is childish. You 50-something years old and doing this, that's childish. And I'm talking to any man with this mindset, because I had somebody tell me, well, them kids of his, they grown. Fuck them kids. I said, yeah, you say fuck them kids because that's how you came along, because your father said fuck you. So I think that's what makes it easy. When your father has said fuck you, you can say fuck your kids. But I don't think Brian McKnight's father did that. I don't know them people, but him and his brother, they never mentioned anything about their dad or whatever. But it's important for men to be in the household. Going back to Suki, I'll bet any amount of money she did not have a father figure in her, or a father in her life. And that's important. And I think that makes a world of difference in a lot of people. Now, you have some grown people who say, I don't need it. He wasn't in my life. Fuck him. Yeah, you're saying that because that's just a way of trying to make yourself feel better, which you don't feel better. You don't. And I say that as someone who, now my father was in my life, but we did go through a period where we were estranged. And it was me. I cut off. I said, you know what? I can't do this no more. So I cut him off for 5.5 years. Now I have regretted that, because I said it didn't have to be that long, because truth of the matter, he did reach out to me to apologize, and me being the stubborn bitch that I can be sometimes, I refused to listen, and I said no. And I wouldn't accept his calls or anything. So it's stretched out that long period of time. The Spirit spoke to me one day. I was sitting home. This was in LA. I was sitting home and I was sitting on the couch, and Spirit said, call your father. Just like I'm talking down here, I heard the voice, call your father. Because of a previous experience I had with Spirit, and I did it. I did the first time he said it. Call him out. Because real quick, previous experience I had got into it with a friend of mine, and Spirit told me call him, and I said whatever. So I went to bed. I don't know, but I ain't calling him because we weren't speaking. The next night, Spirit said, call Curtis. I'm not doing that. So I didn't do it. The next night, the third night, this I live in Chicago. The next night, Spirit said, call Curtis. And I ignored it. My right hand to God. Spirit literally shook my bed. Here I go. I called Curtis. And Curtis died, but Curtis died a month and a half later. So that's why Spirit was having me call, because he was real sick. I didn't know because I wasn't calling. So yeah. So listen to Spirit. If Spirit speaks to you, listen. Listen. Kwame sent me a message. Okay. Yeah. But black fathers are important. That's what I'm saying. Black fathers are an important part of the community. We need to get men back into the community. I need men, black men, to cut out the bullshit on the internet, putting down black women. I need black women to cut out the bullshit and stop putting down black men. There needs to be a unification. Now, how do we get here? I'm asking for suggestions. Because when I give suggestions, I've been told this on social media by the straight black man, you need to mind your gay ass business. I've been told that. It's funny to me, but I've been told that on more than one occasion. But I'm about my people. I don't give a damn if you're gay, straight, trans, bi. I don't know what the fuck I am this week. If you're black, I'm for us coming together because we are one community. Even though as gay people, they try to put us out of the community. You can't put us out. We are here. We're like you. You cannot put us out of the community. We are part of the community, whether you want us to be or not. And I want us as gay people to stop feeling like we're not a part of the community, because we are. We are a part of the community. We may be that unwelcome family member at the family reunion, but we are a part of the community. We're still a part of the family. That. But black men, yeah, I want you to do better. This is why, because people ask, do I hate black men? I do not. I'm a black man, but do I hate straight black men? Absolutely do not. That's some of my favorites. I be hard on them because I want them to do better. I want them to treat black women better. I want them to treat themselves better. And this is Mental Health Awareness Month, and a lot of stuff is a toll. Come back next week. Black men need to own their heritage. Your gift is in your history. Yes, I want a black man, but yes, absolutely. I want a black man too, Sean. I want a black man that knows he's black and is not ashamed of being black and loves his people. That is my desire. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I love you all for rocking with me. Come back next week. Yeah, subscribe. Kwame, I gotta remind me of this. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to Pyro Media. Subscribe to Kandid Konversations with Kire. Join us each and every Thursday. I love you all. Come back next week, because like I said, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, where my guests will be Dr. Dante Morrison and Reverend Kenneth. I just blacked out. Kenneth, what in the hell? Kenneth. What is Kenneth's last name, Kwame? Anyway, Reverend Kenneth will be here with Dante, and we're going to talk about church trauma and the effect that it has on gay people. So come back next week. I love you all for rocking with me. Thank you all for being here. Peace. See you in the morning for Pyro.
If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Pyro Media Network's YouTube channel for more awesome content. Plus, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live or upload new videos. Visit pyromedianetwork.com today, not just to check out our incredible roster of talented creatives, but also to gain access to exclusive bonus material available only to our Pyro fam. Show your support for this Black-owned indie network by donating today. Help us keep igniting brands everywhere.